We're looking live at the Cornerstone Bank Arena in Fargo, North Dakota for the opening pool play game for these two teams of the Buffalo Wild Wings Woodchipper Classic at the Bantam B1 level. Home team today, your Chaska Chanhassen Gold Stormhawks wearing their home gold and purple jerseys. They'll be taking on the Northern Lakes Lightning. Oh, that's going to be fun. And I forgot to figure out where the heck Northern Lakes is, so you can look it up yourself. The opponents for the following two pool play games for both of these teams are playing just behind us on the other rink here at Cornerstone Bank Arena. They've got two rinks. And yes, you are looking through netting. We got white netting extending all the way around the rink, so hopefully you'll still be able to see okay. Chaska Chanhassen entering this game with a 13-11-7 overall record. They're 5-4-1 in their last 10, but they're on a 4-game win streak. And they've outscored their competition 26-12 in their last 4 games. Meanwhile, the Lightning, at least according to their schedule on Youth Hockey Hub, they are 5-4-1, also 5-4-1 in their last 10. However, in their last 5, they're 1-4-0. There is one common opponent between these two teams, and it's Waisanen Blue. And the Trojans went 1-0-1 against these two teams. They defeated Northern Lakes 9-1, and they tied the Stormhawks 3-3. That's the only common opponent in this game. When the Stormhawks face Egan tomorrow, they've had several common opponents, including the other Chaska Chanhassen team. Egan defeated the Purple Squad in the opening scrimmage of the year. Chaska Chanhassen will be taking on Egan tomorrow at 1 o'clock in this same arena, although different rink. And then at 8 o'clock at Farmers Union Insurance Center, which is also where Shields Arena is, the home of the Fargo Force USHL team, which is where the Stormhawk players will be attending a game tonight, I believe against the Sioux Falls Stampede or the Sioux City Musketeers. One of the Sioux teams will be taking on the Force tonight, and that's where this Chaska Chanhassen team will be going. While the moms head out to dinner. Statistician today is Kieran Kurtt. He will be providing virtually no help stat keeping wise, just keeping track of the goal scorers. At least on paper, my ranking of the 4 teams in this pool, it should be Chaska Chanhassen 1, Egan 2, Northern Lakes 3, and West Fargo number 4, West Fargo Blue. See who our starting lineup is for the Stormhawks. It'll be Nathan Brandon net, of course. Looking through the netting, it's hard to see. It'll be Romaka at left. Palmquist. No, Palmquist going to play D. Waisanen at center. And Lindell at right. So then Palmquist and I believe Bigglebach will be your defenseman. Face-off controlled briefly by Lindell. Now Northern Lakes with it. Taken off the puck briefly by Waisanen. He pushes it to the middle of the ice. Lightning will go blue line to blue line. Palmquist blew a tire as he was trying to sweep the puck out of the zone. Got some help from Waisanen. Now they battle right along the near wall, and it's flipped out by Waisanen. He'll try to chase it down the left side. Lightning on the attack. Pushed into the wall by Romaka. He'll pick up the puck there. Cycle and flip it out and down. One thing I noticed about these two rinks, a lot of room behind the net, which means there's There's a shot, save right on, rebound comes right out into the slot. That was way too easy entry there. We've seen that a few times this season where the Stormhawks just allow their opponents to get into the zone too easy. Now here's a chance with Hokanen going the other way. Hokanen throws it in front, looking for a tip by Spalding, and just out of his reach. Now it's going to be pushed all the way down, maybe icing. It will be. So as I was saying, a lot of room behind the nets. And neutral zone looks relatively tight. Not a lot of space between the blue lines. Maybe that's a good thing for any power plays that happen in this game. Face-off won by the Lightning. Now into the corner. Hokanen will go against a couple of Lightning players, getting help from Spalding. Spalding comes up with it, try to feed it out in front. It comes out in front to Olson. He scores. Olson scores with 1:19 into the game. Nice little all-line play there by the Stormhawks, as it was Hokanen helping dig a puck out of the corner. Spalding picked up the loose puck and then fed it out to a all-alone Dylon Olson in front for his 14th goal of the season, and it's 1-0 Stormhawks. Just a little over a minute into this game. That line stays out. Now a 3-on-2 rush if they hurry for the Lightning. Trying to get around Lund, they do. In, shot, save, rebound, swept away by Johnson. Now it's thrown out. Nice catch of a pass for Hokanen. 2-on-1 if Spalding gets there. Pass across to Spalding, just out of his reach. Now Spalding tried to throw it back out in front. That's tipped away. Turnover. And Hokanen can't quite get the handle to get a shot off. Northern Lakes with the puck. Their captain with it. We'll throw it to the near wall. And it slowly comes out until it's broken up by Spalding. He's trying to chase it down. Comes to Palmquist. Will dump it in, allowing the rest of his teammates to go for a change. Turnover to Azanoff. Azanoff almost goes in on a chance. Intercepted a pass. Now another interception. It's Perry. His shot right on. Safe. Rebound comes out. Perry with it. Perry across to Palmquist, and that's tipped out of the zone by a Northern Lakes forward. He goes for a change. Now Palmquist across to Perry at the red line. Perry will skate down the left side. 1-on-3. He pushes it behind the net. And Kurtt went down as he was going to the puck, but he regained control, came back out with the puck, now kicking ahead. I think he tried to rim it up the wall, and it didn't. Ooh, big hit thrown there against Azanoff. And no call coming. That was a hard hit along the wall. There's a hit from behind now. No call coming so far. Officials letting him play. Now Azanoff looking for a little revenge mid-ice. And that's the first time I've seen Michael Azanoff throw a open ice hit. Good for him. He was angry. Here comes Palmquist down the right side. Has Kurtt in front. And he lost the handle before he can get it over to Kurtt. Now Kurtt in the corner, throwing a check. It leaves it for Ramaka. Ramaka gets around a check at the top of the circle. He tried to stick handle through some sticks. Now a penalty coming against the Lightning. And puck right on the stick of a Lightning. No, penalty not coming. He put his arm down. So I'm not sure what that was. Johnson in the corner will flip it up but not out. Tipped ahead. Waisanen streaking, picks up the loose puck. Try to get around a defenseman, reaches for it, and that's shoveled away. There's a suicide pass there. Lindell could have absolutely blown somebody up at the blue line, and the Lightning player decided to save himself and let the puck go. Now Waisanen drops for Lindell. Lindell trying to protect the puck to go around, has it taken off at his stick, and the Lightning come back on the attack. Cross the red line, but right to Bigglebach, and he'll just go the other direction. Bigglebach 1-on-4. Stick handles down the right side. Bigglebach from a sharp angle. Shot off the crossbar. Crossbar shot there by Blake Bigglebach, and our statistician wisely did not put a shot on the shot board for us. And now Bigglebach to Lindell off a Northern Lakes skate. It's Spalding. Spalding across to Johnson. Johnson's shot going wide. It'll be Spalding in the far corner. Pushed up the wall. Nice look there from Olson to Johnson. Johnson across to Spalding. Nice look there by Johnson. Looking to get the higher scoring opportunity. I think he knew he wasn't going to score in his position. There's a tip in front by Hokanen. Now Olson. Turn around to Hokanen. It slides through his skates. Spalding. Try to get it deep. Now push to the slot. And it'll be iced by the Lightning all the way down. With if it gets on net. You decide, right? Chaska Chanhassen leading 1-0 with 9:54 to go in the opening period. Here's Azanoff. Azanoff trying to push it on net. He gets pushed off the puck. Now it's going to be thrown around the wall. It'll be Girding to hold, and it slides by him. He'll have to chase it down, give it back to Lund. Kind of fanned on it a little bit. Nice recovery there by Lund to slap at it and get it out. There's one thing I've noticed so far of this Northern Lakes team. They're a pretty physical squad. They've been throwing their body around a fair amount. They're not overly big. Kurtt rims it around for, well, eventually Perry and Azanoff. Now kept in by Girding. He'll flip it down to the half wall. Girding holds again and hoists it in deep. Bouncing puck in the slot. Kurtt chasing, trying to get on it. Instead it's pushed to the blue line, but not out. Kept in by Ramaka. And then shoved it back out. Picked up by Lund. Lund shot, scores. Nathan Lund goes stick side. Getting a pass at the blue line, skated in relatively alone, and beats the goaltender under his blocker and above his leg pad. It's 2-0 Stormhawks with 8:58 to go in the opening period. It's Lund's third of the year. First one I've seen, because the game that I believe he scored his other 2 goals, I wasn't there for. It was a scrimmage against South St. Paul, and he had, at least from reports, 2 goals, I think. Puck pushed into the Stormhawk bench or into the breezers of somebody. I can't tell who that is on the far side. Ramaka, perhaps? No, Lindell. Face off in front of the Stormhawk bench, controlled by the Lightning. Tried to stick handle through several sticks, and he lost the handle to Lindell. Lindell tips it ahead to Waisanen. Now Ramaka down the left side. Has Waisanen on the far side. Ramaka tried to dig it out. Waisanen picking up there. Now off the end of the back of the net. Bounces over the stick of Lindell and now out of the zone to Palmquist. Palmquist cross ice pass off the wall in front of the bench. And unfortunately, even though we're in North Dakota, we're still playing by USA hockey rules, and that's an automatic offsides. There's no touch-up offsides, unfortunately. Spalding from his knees wins it back to Lund, our last goal scorer. Lund trying to slow up a rush. Good check thrown by Spalding. Puck is swept in. Now it'll be Johnson down deep, whacking away at it, and Spalding will help out, pick it up down there, off the wall to Hokanen. Hokanen touches over to Spalding. If he hurries, it's a 2-on-1. Oh, offsides is Olson. Olson a little trigger happy there, as he knew he was going to go in 2-on-1. But he kind of jumped the gun a bit. Spalding wins it again, back to Johnson. Johnson up to Spalding, and it's pushed in by Spalding. It'll be Hokanen the first to chase. He knocks it down behind the net, throws it up to the point. Kept in by Lund, almost kept in. And Lund to Johnson. Johnson up into the neutral zone. Will throw it into the Lightning zone. Late hit thrown by number 19 in black. No call coming. So officials putting their whistles away. Now the Lightning 2-on-2. Tried to get around Lund and lost him into the skates of Lund. There's a shot to the far side. You might not have seen it. Stick handle around. Spalding has been active in this game. He pushes off the wall, allowing Hokanen to chase it down. Hokanen off the back of the net, and that allows Northern Lakes to pick up the puck. Escapes the stick check of Azanoff down the left side, fronted by Girding. Push to the slot, and Spalding once again. Oop, could be a hooking there. Is our first call. A little too active stick there by Ryan Spalding, as he got his, they're going to call it tripping. He could have called hooking there. Spalding a little too active in that sequence there. they were going to let it go. The first time he got the stick up in the hands, their arms stayed down, but then he did it a second time, and that drew the whistle or drew the penalty call by the officials. Northern Lakes wins the faceoff out of the far side. Kurtt whacks at it, creating a loose puck, and now Northern Lakes will regroup as they skated out of the zone. Good pressure by Azanoff, almost creating a turnover. Into the zone comes the Lightning, slows up at the top of the right circle. Good pressure by Azanoff. Now down the right side. Bothered by Palmquist. Now a loose puck to Azanoff. He'll flip it out of the zone. Northern Lakes on the attack. Power play 2-on-4 as they're going for a change behind the play. And a pass comes all the way through. Kept in by the Lightning. Now down low. It will be Perry to throw it off the wall, but not out. Long shot right on. Kind of a slow shot that bounced on net, and Brandt reacted quickly to it. I think it came through some traffic. We're halfway through the penalty to Ryan Spalding. 5:35 to go in the opening period. Stormhawks lead 2-0. Face-off push to the near side. It'll be Perry to flip it out. It should wave at icing as it did ramp off a Northern Lakes stick, and Perry will chase down his own clearing attempt. Perry's still with it. I'd regroup in the neutral zone. Nope, he's just going to go right and shoot. Perry's shot save into the glove. All right, this shows you what I know. If I'm playing on the penalty kill there, I just skate that puck in the neutral zone and make them chase me, and then, maybe get the red line and curl back and then dump it in and make them go another 200 feet. But hey, he decided, you know what, if they're going to let me skate to the middle of the ice in the offensive zone, I'm going to do that and get a shot off. And icing attempt by Northern Lakes can be waived, not actually an icing attempt, a clearing attempt that it was almost icing. Now in the corner. Loose puck. Pushed through the slot. Now up to the left point. Long shot blocked up high. Never got on net. And Lund with it. Lund off the wall. Can't get it out. Knocked down. And then a check throw and past the puck. That's interference by the book, but they are not calling that stuff. They get around Perry. Try to get around Lund. And then sticked away by Brandt. Shot from the left circle. Saved by Brandt. Pushed into the corner. Now it'll be Bigglebach with it. Bigglebach slowing up there. I'm not sure what he was waiting for. Maybe he's perhaps Stormhawks a little nervous about the. They should waive icing there as they had a player changing. That's the wrong call. They had a player changing back there. They should have waived icing. That's a bad no call or call by the officials there. Anyway, doesn't matter necessarily. 4:15 to go in the opening period. 2-0 Chaska Chanhassen. And we're skating 5-on-5 again. Northern Lakes 0 for 1 on the power play. Face-off won by the Lightning. And they're shot off the leg of Ramaka. Our line's a little shaken right now as Kurtt is replacing Spalding, I believe. No, he's replacing Waisanen on this shift. But with Spalding being out for 2 minutes, I think our lines have been shuffled a bit. Ramaka across the red line. Gives it to Kurtt. He has Lindell. Kurtt scores! Kurtt looked at the pass, looked off Lindell, and went far side with a hard shot to beat the goaltender. That's Kieran Kurtz. 8th of the season. And I think he scored in 3 straight games, I believe. I'm not sure. I don't keep those stats. It's 3-0 Stormhawks with 3:47 to go in the opening period. Kurtt looked off Lindell, who was going alone to the net, and decided just to take the shot himself. Now Hokanen's shot is blocked at the right circle. Northern Lakes tries to get it out, and intercepted by Johnson. His shot right on. And a good pressure there by, wow, almost a really quick opportunity there. Pressure there by Palmquist. And then I think it was Spalding that had a really quick turnaround shot right on, or not right on, just missed. There's a pass in front, going to slide to a Northern Lakes player, sticked off briefly by Olson. And across the red line. Nice back pressure by Olson to break up that rush. Now Olson with it. Will feed it up the near wall, and nobody there for the Stormhawks. Northern Lake regrouping in their own zone. Deflected pass by Hokanen. And almost a big hit there at the red line. Fended off by Spalding. Now intercepted just across the red line by Olson. Olson will skate in. He's got Perry. Perry down the right side. His shot. Blocker save. Pretty sure that shot was on. It is a little hard to see through this netting. Here's Perry trying to cut down to the middle just like he did on the penalty kill. And that's cut off. Now the Northern Lakes try to get out. Kept in by Girding. Stormhawks keeping a fair amount of possession here. A good stick by Kurtt to get the puck in the zone. Perry absorbs the check, pushes it down deep. And Northern Lake first on that loose puck, feeds it up the wall. Intercepted again by the Stormhawks. It's Kurtt and then Azanoff, and then it's shoveled out by the Lightning. It'll be Girding in front of Brandt. He's got to hurry, has to avoid a check. Northern Lakes, I'll say this, they finished their checks, and by the USA Hockey rulebook, they're not legal, but they're not getting called on it. So I guess maybe Chaska Chanhassen should take a lesson from that and say, hey, finish your checks. You can skate right through a guy even after he's given off the puck. Northern Lakes in, they're offsides. 1:25 to go in the opening period. It's 3-0 Chaska Chanhassen. Face off, won by Chaska Chanhassen. It's Lindell.
Our hearing aids, this one has got an infection. Can't wear the same. I'll move to the other side.
Lindell
Slide in.
battling down low, has it slide off his stick, still battling with it. Waisanen try to get it on net. Lindell again. Lindell tried to reverse through his legs and then is pushed up into the netting. And we'll have a face-off with just over 1 minute to play in the first period. Chaska Chanhassen leading 3-0. Intercepted in the neutral zone by Palmquist, and they battle the near wall. Palmquist wins that battle, goes in, down the left side. Palmquist won a couple of 50-50 pucks there. Now Palmquist trying to cycle in front. He's going to give it up to Bigglebach at the point. Now back to Palmquist. Palmquist tried to give it to Lindell. He's tied up. Waisanen's shot, I believe. He missed the net. Palmquist, he's pushed into the wall. And that will allow Northern Lakes to come up with it, but they can't get it out as Bigglebach gets a loose puck at the top of the zone and dumps it in. Waisanen tried to feed it in front and didn't get much on that pass. Now Northern Lakes on the attack. Johnson slows up that rush. And the loose puck comes up to Waisanen, then to Lindell. Lindell is at the end of his shift, and he pushes it down the wall all the way down for an icing and a face-off in Stormhawk territory with 8.6 seconds to go. Stormhawks leading 3-0. Greetings to all those people watching from work. Good for you. It's a Friday afternoon. Face off eventually won by Chaska Chanhassen. Got out of the zone. And that'll do it for the opening period. Chaska Chanhassen with a 3-0 lead after one. Goals by Dylon Olson, Josh Lund, and Kieran Kurtt.
I have a tough time about breaking my golden rule. I always, 1 year, it wasn't this guy, it was the golden brother.
Again, this is the only game of the day for Chaska Chanhassen. They'll play tomorrow at 1 o'clock against Eakin, 8 o'clock against West Fargo Blue. And if they were to finish first in their pool, they would play at, I believe, 8:15 a.m. on Sunday morning. And then win or lose, if they do play in that semifinal, they would play in the championship or semifinal at around 1-ish. I'm not entirely sure of the exact time. Otherwise, if they do not win their pool, they'll play at about 11 or so on Sunday morning. Second period about to get underway. This starting line here of Spalding, Hokanen, and Olson, I think they've been the most active in this game. They've accounted for 1 goal so far. Olson's opening goal of the game with a minute 19 into the contest. And then Spalding getting also on the score sheet with an assist and a penalty, a lone penalty in the first period. But this line has been very active, especially in the offensive zone. Good chance. Oh, Johnson down, hurt, down low. I think he may have hurt himself. He tried to step around a check. I'm not exactly sure what happened. Johnson stepped around a check and maybe twisted his ankle, and he did go down awkwardly. Maybe a Northern Lakes player got a piece of him. I'm not entirely sure. And I think we have a trainer here, athletic trainer here. We'll take a look at him. Stormhawks, of course, playing without one of their defensemen now. He's been gone since November. As Matthew Tyler is out with a broken leg, broken ankle, lower body injury, we'll call it that. So if we lose Johnson, it would be down to 4 defensemen. See if he'll be able to skate off on his own power. That'd be good to see. And he's not needing any help from the trainer. That's a good sign. He's holding his midsection, so I wonder if he got a stick in his midsection as he tried to step around the attacking Lightning player. It's the only thing I can come up with, unless he perhaps just pulled a muscle, which at the ages of 13, 14, 15, you don't see quite as much of. So maybe got an inadvertent spear there from a Northern Lakes player. Not sure you'd even be able to see it on the replay as it's on the far end. Back underway, 15 seconds done in the second period. Kept in by the Lightning and eventually shuttled out. Nope, back in it comes. There's a shot blocked up high into the netting behind the goal, and we'll have a face-off to the right of Nathan Brandt. No. Now we might be back. Sorry for any connection problems you've been having there. I actually have pretty good self-service here. I was encouraged when I came to the arena that I was going to have good self-service. And so much for that. A chance for Northern Lakes, backhand shot. Not sure that ever got on. We'll give him a shot to help pad Brandt's save percentage. Clearing attempt by Johnson is turned away. Now a bouncing puck to the red line. Shot. Hokanen was turned the opposite again, losing connection again. Why it won't record. Face-off won by Kurtt, back to Bigglebach. Bigglebach up, try to get it up to Perry. That's knocked down by a Lightning player. You didn't see it because I didn't move the camera. Now up to the point, long shot. Through some traffic, never got on net. Bigglebach fighting through some checks. And Northern Lakes has definitely picked up their play in this second period. They have been a lot harder on pucks. And Kurtt over-skated a puck there, I think, trying to get out. Now Perry through some stick checks into the zone down the right side. Still fighting through a check. Now behind the net, Perry will cycle the zone as he's wont to do. Leaves it up for Girding. Girding kicks it in, but he couldn't do much with it. Stretch pass, broken up by Bigglebach. That's off sides, but they don't wave it as it was Bigglebach that skated it in. Now Kurtt in. Kurtt on his backhand. Gives it up for Girding. Girding kind of mishandled, and he tried to sweep it in back down deep and had that turned away. Now Bigglebach stopping a rush, but it's right back to a stick of a Lightning player. Tried to get a shot off. Now a pass to the top of the circle. Shoved out by Kurtt, and Northern Lakes will regroup in their own zone. I don't know if Northern Lakes was playing nervous or something in the first period, but they've looked like a different team to this point. That being said, perhaps Chaska Chanhassen thought it was going to be easy, and suddenly they're getting pressured a little more. Now Kurtt trying to step around a couple Lightning players. Lost the puck there, and the Lightning back on the attack. And Chaska Chanhassen just fanning, just not really sharp right now. They're not playing. It's not that they're doing the wrong thing. It's just they're not real sharp. They're not getting much on passes, much on shots, much on clearing attempts. There's a long shot, just misses the net. And Stormhawks are hemmed in, and Perry will throw it all the way down for a much-needed icing that, yes, it will miss the goal, as that line was out there for a while and didn't have a whole lot going. 11:17 to go in the second period. Stormhawks lead 2-0. All 3 goals to this point coming in the first period for Chaska Chanhassen. Face-off won by Waisanen, but pushed up to the point, kept in, threw some traffic right on. Saved by Brandt, little left pad save. Ramaka almost going off on a rush, but kept in by the Lightning. Johnson back on the ice, so not a significant injury, so Johnson is good to go. And that's why I'm thinking it's probably he probably got a stick in the midsection, but above the breezers and under his shoulder pads, thrown all the way down. And icing it is. One of the Chaska Chanhassen parents yelling exactly what I think they should yell, turn up the pressure. They've been a little more lackadaisical in this second period, I'd say, to start. There'll be Waisanen, Lindell, and Ramaka. This is one back to Lindell. Lindell over to Palmquist, and then Palmquist over to Johnson, and kind of out of his reach. 2-on-1 chance if they hurry. The Lightning, I'm not sure what that was. It's neither a shot nor a pass. It's just thrown in the corner. Now, pass out in front, I think off the stick of Brandt. Now up to the left point. Long shot coming, blocked up high. And let's see who chases it down. It'll be Lindell. Lindell getting pushed near the hash marks. Getting help now from Waisanen. He's pushed off the puck. Now Ramaka fighting through a check pass in front to Lindell. Lindell reaches for it, slides through the crease. And now Ramaka with it. Ramaka, shot, save. I think that hit the shaft of the goaltender's stick on its way there. And a penalty coming against Stormhawks. Wow. It's going to be, I think, Ramaka getting a penalty here. I'm not sure. I call it slashing, but Northern Lakes have been taking a lot of liberties with their sticks and hitting players. I think that is Ramaka going for a slashing penalty. This is a very kind of, I don't know if I want to say chippy, but it's certainly a physical Northern Lakes team. And Chaska Chanhassen got the retaliation penalty, but they're calling the second one. As you see, a lot of times officials won't call the first penalty. They'll call the second. They have let an awful lot go in this game. So second power play of the game coming for the Lightning. They're 0 for 1. And we have an icing, so I'll have a face-off in Chaska Chanhassen territory. It is Spalding and Olson, your forwards, with Lund and Bigglebach, your defense, on this penalty kill. Face-off won by Spalding, back to Bigglebach. He'll push it around the wall, hoping to get it out. It's kept in. Spalding trying to get the puck out. Now a shot stopped before it got onto Brandt off the glass, and Spalding gets it out, sending Olson to chase it down. Olson cuts to the middle. Olson still with it. Olson, his shot never got on as he couldn't fight through a back-checking Northern Lakes player. There comes Northern Lakes now on the attack down the left side. Pass off of Brandt's stick. Shot saved by Brandt. Blocker save. There's a chance right in front. That's blocked by Lund going into the corner. I forgot to give you shots after the first period. There's a chance, sharp angle, stopped by Brandt, and whistle finally comes with face-off, or the penalty about halfway over. What is this? Is that 5?
I messed them up, yeah.
So shots are pretty even. It's 9-5. 9 to 8 in favor of Chaska Chanhassen. Kurtt ties up the center as a turnaround shot going wide. It'll be Hokanen with it. Hokanen and Kurtt, your forwards. Push down and will not be icing as the Northern Lakes player will get to the puck. Kept in by Hokanen, but it's off a Northern Lakes stick. Now Hokanen's stopping a puck again, but Northern Lakes able to get on the loose puck. And it's thrown out of the zone by Palmquist all the way down, and icing will be the call. With 32 seconds left on the Ramaka slashing penalty. I would trust that the next penalty we see would be a... Not that I would trust it, but I would hope that the next penalty we see called will be against the Lightning, but we've seen plenty of times that officials don't think that way at this level. They certainly do at the college and pro levels, or at least it seems they do. They say they don't, but Palmquist tried to chase down a loose puck. Now he does in the corner. Will rim it around. Shot tipped. Palmquist turnaround trying to clearing attempt. Now a loose puck. Kurtt will swipe it out to center ice. And we just cycled away from the puck carrier there. Penalty coming against Palmquist. And I don't know, that was started because we turned away from the puck carrier. I'm not sure what there were two flybys there. Kurtt and perhaps Girding, two flybys. And that helped create that opportunity for a penalty as Palmquist got his stick into the legs of the attacking forward. And so much for my hope that the next penalty was going to be called on the Lightning, as now we're in our third straight power play for Northern Lakes. They're 0 for 2 as the first penalty is over. Kept in by the Lightning. Around to Lund. Lund around the wall. That'll be kept in. Chased down by Kurtt. Almost creates a turnover. Loose puck comes to Lund. Lund 2-on-2 with Kurtt. Lund down the right side. Gets around one defenseman. Lund up to Johnson. Long shot. Save. Push into the corner. Now kept in by Kurtt for a second and then pushed out of the zone. Lund, D-to-D pass to Johnson. Then it misses Azanoff. Kurtt will chase it into the corner. Kurtt escapes one check, tried to get around one Lightning player, pushes it into the far corner and chasing it down. And that race is won by Northern Lakes as I think they're a little fresher. Now down the left side. Pass in front. Johnson will throw it to the far side. Johnson now had it slide off his stick for a moment. Bounces out to Kurtt, who backhands it up and out. And they should go for a change. They do not. 38 seconds left to go on the... And Kurt's going to get a slashing call. He took a hit up high. And, of course, they called the retaliation, but they didn't call the initial hit. He took a hand right in the head. He got hit right in the head, and then he took a slashing in the back of his legs. Yep.
So they're not calling it.
They're calling the retaliation. They're not calling the... So that's their fourth penalty called against Chaska Chanhassen. It'll be a 5-on-3 power play for 25 seconds. And then a 1:35 of 5-on-4, assuming there's no goals scored. So 6:07 left to go in the second. Stormhawks lead 2-0. Referees are talking to the Stormhawk bench. They're trying to maybe try to plead their case that they're not calling the first penalty. There are penalties that are going uncalled, and then it's the retaliations that they're calling. And I could hear Chad Lindell say, play the puck and stop dealing with that crap. 5-on-3 power play now. Can't be too aggressive here as a penalty killer. There's a shot, tipped up high, goes to the other circle. Pass in front, and it will slide over to Olson. Olson almost overskated, regains control, shorthanded. Don't want to get too deep as an attacker. Don't want to get too deep. You don't want to lose the puck now. And we're 5-on-4. So good kill there by Olson to kill the rest of that 5-on-3 penalty. Or that power play. There's a shot up high, goes through, never got on net.
Get it back, boy.
Good stick there by Hokanen, and not able to get it out of the zone. Now down the left side, sticked away briefly by Bigglebach. Now a shot, good chance there. Big save by Brandt, and then shoved into the corner by Olson. Off a skate, picked up by the Lightning. Now Girding fighting with a couple of Lightning players down there. Lightning player comes up with it, falls down, and as he does, he throws it in front. With 5 minutes left to play in the second period, 54 seconds to go. 54 seconds to go on the Kurtt slashing minor. The fourth straight power play of this game for Northern Lakes. Clearing attempt intercepted, long shot gloved. Rebound goes into the corner, off the glass and out. Now a loose puck picked up by Hokanen. Hokanen fighting through several stick checks. Hokanen still fighting for it. Oh, and there's a makeup call there. That was a pretty weak call, but I think they were due. I think Hokanen jumped himself to try to get that puck. But hey, he drew the penalty. No. Oh, yeah. So we're going to skate 4-on-4 for 33 seconds, and then Chaska Chanhassen will go on their first power play of the game. That was a bit of a makeup call, I'd have to say. That was the weakest of the. If it was a penalty, it was weak. They could have called a lot more in this game, but nevertheless, we're 4-on-4 for now, just 22 seconds. But kudos to Hokanen for trying to fight through all the Lightning players to eventually draw that penalty. Palmquist chases a puck down, turnaround pass, no look by Spalding, and right onto the stick of a Lightning player. Now the Lightning on the attack, 4-on-4, bothered by several Stormhawks. They'll protect the puck nicely, get it in, and now we're skating on a power play. And two Stormhawks overskate the puck, allowing Northern Lakes with it, short-handed. And they're doing a good job of maintaining possession, avoiding a check by Spalding. Spalding now picked up a loose puck. Will shove it ahead, try to chase it down. Good rush there by Spalding to get on it. Pass in front, intercepted. Had Johnson streaking. Johnson turnaround shot is blocked up high. And Johnson to Lindell, he scores! Johnson's shot blocked up high. Lindell got the rebound or loose puck in the slot. Quick turnaround shot it, and he scores for a power play goal for the Stormhawks, and it's 4-0 in the second period. That's Lindell's fifth of the season, and I think at least a single assist to Quinn Johnson. There's a shot and a kind of a casual glove save by the goaltender. Nice hard shot there by Ramaka, and a casual glove save by the netminder. He never went on his knees. You don't see that a lot. He stayed on his skates the whole time there. Face off one, but it comes right back to Ramaka. His shot up high. Blocked twice, I think, by Palmquist. No, blocked twice by Lindell. Two Ramaka shots blocked up high by Lindell, or down low by Lindell. Sticked in by the Lightning, and they say that was offsides. Four 0 Chaska Chanhassen with 3:15 left in the second period. 3 even strength goals and 1 power play goal. The last one a power play marker by Drew Lindell. Lindell comes up with a puck. Nice little stick handling there by Lindell. Still with it. Lindell now in the corner. Lindell still with it. Eventually gets up to Lund. Now Ramaka trying to find the handle down low. He can't find it, and that allows Northern Lakes to get it out of the zone. But no farther. Nice little stick handle move by Ramaka. And then he just gets run over. No penalty coming. Now Lund in his own zone. Looking to escape. They'll feed it off the wall and out. It'll be Perry to pick it up. Perry taken down. There's a tripping call coming. Pretty clear trip there as Lindell tried to cut to the middle. He's taken down with the leg of the defenseman. And Stormhawks will go on their second power play of this game and this period, and second straight power play with 2:26 to go in the second period, leading 4-0. Not sure what the rule is for running time. If it's 5, it's normally 5 or 6 goals. So we'll see if we can get to that point here in the second, and then we may have running time in the third. Check on the score. Not now. Girding, chasing down a loose puck. Good penalty killing there by the Lightning to get it in all the way down. Now Asanoff across to Kurtt. Kurtt across the red line and down. And Perry will be the first forechecker. Now it's Kurtt. Kept it in to Asanoff, back to Kurtt, who throws it in deep. Now Perry will chase it down behind the net as it sticked away into the near corner. Check thrown. And the Lightning, certainly a little chippy team. Big check thrown by Kurtt down low. And that keeps the puck in the zone. That was legal. That was shoulder to shoulder, and the puck was there. This is easily the most physical game. And now Kurt's going to take one for running over a Lightning player. And where's the whistle? There's the whistle. And going to call Kurtt for roughing. And it's just been the inconsistency that is frustrating in this game. The officials don't seem to call those things both ways, or they don't call them all the time. And so the players don't know what is legal and what is not. And that's where the frustration is coming from the Chaska-Chanhassen bench, is Northern Lakes has been playing that physical the whole time. So we're going to skate 4-on-4 for a minute 4. Kurtt going for his second power play, or the second penalty of the game, so he's all over this score sheet with a goal and 2 penalties. Face off in the puck in the skates of Hokanen, excuse me. Now it'll be Lund to come up with it. 4-on-4 for about 48 seconds. Lund gets around one stick check. Olson regained the blue line as he was offsides for a moment there. And now Northern Lakes will get control and skate out. On the rush, slowed up by Hokanen, and that creates a turnover. Now Hokanen in his own zone. Hokanen's pass up the middle, that's intercepted, and long shot going wide into the glove of Nathan Brandt with 48.7 seconds to go in the second period, 23 seconds to go. 23 seconds to go on the Northern Lakes penalty. And then a little under a minute of power play time coming for the Lightning. Chaska-Chanhassen controls off the faceoff. It'll be Spalding to get it out to neutralize. Still battling for possession. Push off the glass to Bigelbach. Bigelbach back to Palmquist with 35 seconds to go. Palmquist back to Bigelbach. He gets the red, steps around one check. Bigelbach stick handling. Will throw it to the center of the ice, and they'll step around Ramaka and skate out. With 23 seconds to go, power play time now for the Lightning. Backhand pass intercepted. Pushed off the hard far wall. Now a long shot coming. And that shot picked up by Brandt. 11.6 to go in the second period. Stormhawks lead 4-0. Face-off, one back. Palmquist looking to ice the last few seconds. There's a pass that's going to find its way all the way out to the point, and then a good stick there by Ramaka to get it out. And that'll do it for the second period. Stormhawks lead 4-0 after 2. Shots after 2 period. Chaska-Chanhassen with 12 and Northern Lakes with 11. And we're going to get a score update from the Egan West Fargo Blue game that started a little sooner. Oh, hey, we're going to redo the ice. I wasn't aware we're doing that, so we're going to pause this broadcast and come back in about 15 minutes or so. Chaska Chanhassen with a 4-0 lead after 2. They'll start the third period with 31 seconds of penalty killing time. So we'll be back after I give you the score score update from the other rink. It's 9-0 Egan. I'm guessing in the third period. And Egan will be Chaska Chanhassen's next opponent. So we'll see you back in about 15 minutes. Abbreviated warm-up for the third period. A lot of times you don't see this. You normally see them just say, all right, let's start. Start the third. They normally sometimes say, just say, go to the bench, let's go. But they're going to let him skate around a little bit. But not Kieran Kurtt. He skated right to the penalty box, and he's in there by himself while everybody else gets their legs warmed up a little bit.
I thought he wasn't allowed to.
No, he should. If everybody else could skate, he can too. One thing I've noticed here is we're playing against perhaps the best dressed coach that we've seen this year, wearing a jacket and a cowboy hat. I'm sure you can see him over there. We have played against another coach that I think may have come straight from work wearing a shirt and tie. This guy's got a sport coat on and a white cowboy hat. So Chaska Chanhassen leading 4-0 after 2 periods. They will start with 31 seconds of time to kill on a roughing call against Kieran Kurtt, his second penalty of the game. First one was a retaliation. Second one was just Kurtt trying to throw a big check in the corner, and the officials didn't care for that. It was the second of 2 big checks he threw in that period, or in that sequence. And so Northern Lakes, I think they're on their 5th power play. Perhaps their 6th. Not entirely sure. So our penalty killing forwards will be Azanoff and Perry. Perry to take the face-off with Bigglebach and Palmquist. Or is that Lund? I believe that's Josh Lund. Face-off won by the Lightning. And they're going to regroup at the red line and then throw it down out of the reach of the defenseman. They'll have to regroup with 20 seconds to go on the penalty. Azanoff will dump it in, step around to check. And the penalty will be essentially over here once it comes out. It's Azanoff with it. Azanoff is pass fanned on to Lund. Now Azanoff turnaround to Palmquist, who throws it out of the zone. And that does it for the penalty. Kurtt jumps on the ice. Palmquist takes down a player. He slams the stick, thinking he's going to get a call against him, and they keep the whistles in their pocket. Now Perry to skate up. 1-on-3. He's hit in hard against the wall. Loses the puck, but gets it in deep. Now Kurtt slowing up. He takes a hit. Kurtt absorbing a check, and I think he's a little gun shy, not wanting his 3rd penalty of the game. He's going to go for a change. Lindell shot from up close, slides just out of in front of the goaltender's leg pads. I don't think it ever got on. Here's Waisanen. Waisanen push it up the wall to Lund, and Lund overskated a bit and came right to a Northern Lakes player. 2-on-3 rush, shot right on, saved by Brandt, and thrown out of the zone all the way down for an icing. With 13:26 to go in the third period, Chaska Chanhassen leads 4-0. Final score from the other game in our pool, Egan 9, West Fargo Blues 0. And so far my prediction of seeds are holding. Chaska Chanhassen and Egan promise to be the 2 best teams in this pool. Ramaka will flip it into the neutral zone, tipped ahead by Lindell. Lindell will hoist it down deep. It'll be Waisanen to keep it in deep. Now the Lightning will look to break out as the forecheck continues. Waisanen again intercepting a clearing attempt. Will throw it around the wall. It'll be Ramaka first on it. Try to jump around to check. He does. Throws it in front. There's a shot right on. Save. Rebound in front. They whack away. And it's in the net. Yes, Lindell scores. Lindell gets his second of the game. It's 5-0. Stormhawks. Now the officials are going to talk about it. Ramaka threw it in front. And then Waisanen had a one-time shot right on. Rebound came out right into the crease. And after a couple of swipes at the puck, Lindell gets his second of the game and sixth of the season. And it's 5-0. Give it 3 shots. 5-0 with 12:46 to go. And we'll have to see if we go to running time or not. There's a long shot blocked by Palmquist. Northern Lakes player will skate it down himself. Try to come back out in front. He's turned away by several Stormhawks. Now pass up to Olson. Olson tips it ahead. 2-on-1 rush with Hokanen. Olson down the left side. Trying to look for Hokanen. His pass just slid under the stick of Hokanen. Kept in by Spalding. Now to Olson. And then it pushed off the puck is Hokanen. We're going to interference call against Northern Lakes. And now I wouldn't be too surprised if, after talking to the coaches, that we're going to see more of them calling the initial penalty and not the retaliation, as they perhaps try to even things up penalty-wise. Stormhawks on their, I think, third power play of the game. They're 1 for 2. Northern Lakes with control off the face-off. Now behind the net into the far corner. Push it up the wall, pressured by Spalding, and then it comes to Olson, who backhands it, but unfortunately to a Northern Lakes player who will skate it up himself. Palmquist breaks up that rush, swiping the puck off the stick into the corner. Now good pressure by Spalding, but kept in off the official. Now a 2-on-1 if they hurry. I don't think it'll be 2-on-1 once they get there. It's Spalding down the left side. Spalding, backhand pass, trying to feed a late arriving Quinn Johnson, and then he'll backhand it deep, picked up by Spalding. Spalding behind the net, still looking. Throw it off the goaltender's stick perhaps, and then bounce behind the net. Palmquist pinching and almost creating a turnover. Then he does. Hokanen's pass fanned on, then regained control for a second and got it into the Lightning zone and went for a change. And the Lightning get it out on the penalty kill. It'll be Olson first on it in his own zone. Fed up to Palmquist. Palmquist across his blue line. Now will skate through the neutral zone into Lightning territory. His shot, sharp angle shot, save by the goaltender, I think. I think that got on. Now cycling, or at least hoping to cycle, are the Stormhawks. Kept in. Now Perry. Try to get it across to Kurtt. Kurtt from a sharp angle. His shot, save. Rebound comes out front. Kurtt picks up the loose puck. Kurtt looking. Feeds it across to Lund. He gets a stick on it, but then the puck ramps off his stick into the penalty box. 12 seconds to go on the power play for the Stormhawks. They lead 5-0. We're not at running time, so it's perhaps a 6-goal differential that will create running time. Bigglebach intercepting a clearing attempt in the neutral zone, and then the puck slid in offsides before Azanoff or somebody could get back onside. Face-off won by Kurtt to Azanoff. Azanoff back to Lund, and we're 5-on-5. Lund's pass is intercepted, and Lightning on the attack. Perry behind Brandt, fights through a check nicely there, and will skate out. 2-on-5 with Azanoff. Perry cuts through the middle, lost the handle, and then it bounces to a Lightning player who will skate it up and dump it in. Looks like Bigglebach will be first on it. Bigglebach around the wall, chased down by Perry, who gets it out. And then pushed back in offsides are the Lightning. I'd like to see the Stormhawks get one more goal here real soon here so we can start that running time clock and get out quickly. Little Palmquist not able to get it out. They shoot, they score. That's not the goal I wanted, but Northern Lakes intercepted a fanned-on clearing attempt by the Stormhawks. Palmquist slapped his stick on the ice. He fanned on 2 attempts to get out. The first one he just fanned on completely. The second one was kind of like a double hit. He got it off the ice, and then he kept it in the ice in the zone with his own stick actually, and it came right to a Northern Lakes player who picked his corner and beats Brandt high over his blocker. And it's 5-1 with 9:15 to go. Here's a pass in front to Ramaka. His shot comes on. Now Lindell. Lindell looking for a hat trick. First of the season, I believe, for number 24. And he loses it to the other number 24, but it's intercepted in the neutral zone by Ramaka. Ramaka tried to do the no-look pass back to Lindell. That doesn't connect. Now Waisanen getting a loose puck in the neutral zone. Waisanen down the right side. Pass in front off the goaltender's stick. It just sat in the slot for a moment. Ramaka, good back pressure to break up that rush. And a good stick by Hokanen to keep it in, but no farther does the attack go. Lund D to D to Spalding. Hokanen tipped it through the middle of the ice. And unfortunately, it's Northern Lakes with it. The shot goes wide. Out of the near side. Clearing attempt, broken up at the line and kept in. Northern Lakes with a little bit of momentum after scoring their first goal. Olson pass across to Hokanen, and he just can't handle the pass. Just hopped his stick as he was looking to skate up one-on-one. Now Johnson will get the puck after an icing. I didn't realize that was icing. With 8 minutes even left, Stormhawks lead 5-1. So I'll reiterate my wish that we get now 2 goals here in let's get that 6-goal lead and presumably get the running time clock going. Johnson getting pressured, pushes it down, keeping it in, fighting through a check. Now Olson behind the net. Pass in front, that skips by, and a penalty coming. They got to touch it. That might have slid in on net. Johnson in his own zone. That's another check well after the whistle, or after he got rid of the puck, but I think that's what the penalty is going to be. And there should be the whistle as Northern Lakes touches it, and it's a tripping call, not a very confident tripping call, and then we get a unsportsmanlike call, or a misconduct as well. So somebody's going to go for 10 minutes, I believe. So I think a 2 and a 10. So somebody will have to serve the penalty for the Lightning. So a tripping and then a 10-minute misconduct. So the penalties have got to be pretty close to even now. Power play is probably pretty close to even. Stormhawks are 1-3. Face off one back to Johnson. He had to hurry. Johnson still fighting at the blue line, and Kurtt lost in his skates as he was coming back to help. Then another fanned-on pass. Now Johnson behind Brandt. Stormhawks on the power play. Not the best power play breakout you're going to see there. That was kind of rough. Everybody was kind of stacked up. Nobody supporting the puck, and that allowed Northern Lakes to create a turnover and get it in. Shot right on Brandt. Rebound comes out to Johnson. And then the pass from Johnson to Lund doesn't connect. Now Perry trying to fight through a check. And thrown all the way down for icing. And holy cow, that was brutal start to the power play. That was ugly. Bad possession and bad support of the puck. And that's why the puck never really got into the Lightning zone on the power play. It is a lot of one-on-one play and nobody supporting that puck carrier. 6:48 to go. Stormhawks lead 5-1. They're on the power play, and there's another example of a bad play. That was almost a chance. There's a chance in front. Shot saved by Brandt. Holy cow. Chaska Chanison with some just kind of boneheaded plays, throwing the puck away with not even getting pressured. Face-off 1. Girding over to Lindell. Lindell 2-on-2 with Ramaka. Lindell almost skated in alone to the front. Now Lindell across to Ramaka. Ramaka tried to give it to Lindell, or I'm not sure if it was to Lindell or who. Now up to the point. Bigglebach. Long shot tipped in front, never got on. And thrown across ice, intercepted by Bigglebach. Off the wall to Lindell. Lindell off the wall and in. And Waisanen will chase with 30 seconds to go on the power play. Now Girding on the near wall. Throw it in deep for Ramaka. Ramaka up to Lindell at the top of the circle. Back to Ramaka, back to Lindell. And that's a great play there. They've been working on that in practice, the give and go. That worked to perfection, except for the puck in the back of the net. You could see him setting it up. You could see Ramaka going into the corner, giving it to Lindell on the top of the circle. Then he streaked to the front of the net and got the puck right back. Nice play there. The only thing that could have been better is if Lindell beat the goaltender for what would have been his third goal of the game. Now Olson. Olson cutting to the middle, has it taken off his stick. A little too much one-on-one, and that results in a turnover, but they regain control. Hokkinen, pass in front, and that slides all the way through. Good stick there by Spalding. Now Spalding will battle along the half wall on the far side as they fight for possession. Cross ice pass, clearing attempt is pushed out. It will be Johnson in his own zone. Johnson up to Hokkinen. Hokkinen didn't get his head up there and threw it right off along the red line to a Lightning player. Loose puck in front, and it slides in past Brandt. Now Spalding's pass doesn't find anybody in goal. Now a stretch pass just hops over past Hokkinen and all the way down for an icing. Stormhawks clean up the little things and they'll be just fine. What they're doing is kind of self-inflicted. They're not. It isn't. It really is self-inflicted mistakes. They're not. It's not even that they're getting pressured so much as that they're. Oh boy, there's another example of it. There's a shot never found its way through. Stormhawks just not very crisp on their passes. Throwing it to empty areas. There's a long shot saved by Brandt. Well, I'm thinking running time is an unlikely thing here with 4:38 to go. Face-off won by the Lightning up to the point, blocked up high, comes all the way down and slides in, hit the side of the net, and then thrown from behind the net and gloved by Brandt. Center almost walks Kurtt there and gets a shot off, but it never got on. And kept in by the Lightning. Now it'll be Lund behind Brandt. Hops off his stick. A player alone in front. Comes out in front, and Brandt will jump on it. Well, pushing and shoving after the whistle. Kurtt going for a... Oh, they're going to take him for his third of the game. They're going to take both. Boy. It's his third penalty of the game. Lindell is either... Lindell is either angry at Kurtt or the official. I'm not entirely sure which. Kieran Kurtt playing with a little edge today. We're going to skate 5-on-5. Oh, there's dangerous, could have been dangerous there. Lindell will slow up and allow the defense to skate by. Now dumped in by Ramaka. Waisanen first on it. Waisanen trying to feed it to Ramaka. Now Ramaka around the left circle. From behind the net, right out in front, and Waisanen scores. Found Waisanen all alone in front, put the puck right on his stick, and it's 6-1. Stormhawks regain the 5-goal lead with 3:52 to go in the third period. That's Waisanen's 7th of the season. Shots are, at this point, 20-17 in favor of Chaska Chanhassen. Now Waisanen with the puck. Fed it out in front for Lindell. It's going to slide all the way up to the right point, but kept in by Lund. Lindell now behind the net. Lindell fighting through a couple defenders, getting help from Waisanen. Lindell with control. Lindell slowing up. Lindell to Waisanen. Waisanen up to Lund. Lund's long shot blocked up high, comes right to Lindell. Now up to Biggelbach. He was kind of going to his left and the puck went to his right, so Biggelbach couldn't react in time to field that puck cleanly. Now it's swept in by the Lightning. Biggelbach in his own zone. The forecheck is like a 3-player forecheck at this point for the Lightning. Lund will skate it across the red line. He's got Ramaka with him. 2 on 5. And puck slides in on net, but no shot. No. Turnaround dump in there by Lund. He goes for a change. Puck pushed in deep by Ramaka, then Spalding flying in. And the Lightning will come out with it with 2.5 minutes to play. They lose it just across the blue line to Palmquist. Palmquist pass to Spalding. Hops his stick. They wave icing as they say that Spalding got a piece of it. Now on the far side, it's Olson. Olson up to Girding. Long shot. Tipped in front. Nice opportunity there for Spalding. Girding throwing the puck to the front and Spalding streaking to the front of the net. And a nice little tip in front by Spalding as I'm getting delivery notifications or something. So 2:10 to go. There's a shot right off the faceoff. But I kind of missed, yeah. Palmquist pinching and keeping it in. Loose puck comes to Palmquist. He shot save. Now to the far side. Pass. Almost finding Spalding. He's trying to fight for the puck in the slot. Kept in by Olson. Now to Hokanen. Now thrown right in front. Chance for Spalding. Loose puck still in the crease. Comes to Olson. And he can't get a stick on it as a player was sitting on the puck, I believe. Now with 80 seconds left to play in the period and in the game. And a clearing attempt all the way down. They say no icing as it was tipped up in the neutral zone. I don't think that was the case. The puck never changed direction. Palmquist intercepting a pass and then his pass out of the reach of Olson. And that one's icing. And I don't know where Northern Lakes is from. I think it's... I actually don't know. I was going to say like Perham? Detroit Lakes? Something like that. I don't know. Look up Northern Lakes. We'll have our statistician look up Northern Lakes. Here's Azanoff with Perry. His pass goes over the stick of Perry with under a minute to play. Good stick of Perry to keep that puck in the zone. Now behind the net. Kurtt will chase it down. Go try to get his 4th penalty of the game. Now Azanoff at the top of the zone. Has shot off a shin pad. Kept in by Biggelbach. Thrown all the way down. It'll be Perry on it with 35 seconds. Perry tried to jump around a defender. Now it comes out to Kurtt. He tried to get a shot off. Never got on. Never got a stick on the puck. Now thrown off the glass and out. Azanoff. And they say a high stick. And why can't we just let the game play out? With 22 seconds to play. We'll have a face-off in Stormhawk territory.
It doesn't show. I looked it up and that's all that's showing. Any shots? Hey.
I know. 15 seconds left to play. Puck up to the point. Backhanded it. Glove down. Waisanen fights through a check and backhands it out 2-on-1 in the last 10 seconds and doesn't happen, and then we're offsides. .1 seconds left to go. Shot from out high and right on, and they save it. And that does it. Stormhawks win 6-1. And they move to 1-0 in Woodchipper Classic play. They'll take on the other 1-0 team tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Egan, they're 9-0 winners.
25.
Shots in the game, 25-17 in favor of Chaska Chanhassen. Very physical game, lots of penalties on both sides. Stormhawks the better team, and I would guess we're not going to see nearly as physical a game in the next one. So that does it from Cornerstone Bank Arena. Chaska Chanhassen 6, Northern Lakes 1. We'll see you tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Thanks for watching. This game brought to you by Edge Tech Hockey. And I have the Northern Lakes. They're from Aitken, Bacchus, Breezy Point, that area. That's it. That's the last thing you get from me. See you tomorrow.